What's going on YouTube? Zero Lead here, and I'm back again with a new video of my Starship EVO builds. This time focusing on Optimus Prime from Transformers G1. I just want to thank you very much for tuning into today's video, and if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button helping me in supporting the channel. And we're going to hop into this video in just a moment, but as you can see, I've got another build that's been in the top downloads on Starship EVO on Steam. Just want to thank you very much everyone that's downloaded this build, and if you're currently following me on Steam or YouTube, you can definitely catch me all my downloads on Steam. Just search Zero Elite and I should come right up. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. As you can see, I built as much as I could a full-scale Optimus Prime, and I think he ended up being a tad larger than he should be. But my reason for doing that was I wanted to make a mech on here, and I wanted to make something that was fully articulate and something that I could hop in and move around in. There were some things I did with this mech that I was successful with. There were some other things, not quite so much. It didn't quite hit the mark on having full articulation. Pretty much the range of the mech is that it'll fly around like a ship, and the arm has a full rotation, and the shoulder has a full spin, almost a full spin. It does bend at the elbow. The hands do open and close, and you control the thumb, and you control the three fingers, but not the three separate fingers. And it also rotates at the wrist. As of right now, the neck does not move. I could have made it spin, but then I just decided, I think I'm just going to leave it as is for now. Probably going to add that in later on. And the legs do not move. That is something that I think is going to take a lot more work to get that, and something that I can get working, but I have an idea to make it work. I'm just going to have to build something a little bit closer to how Gundam models are actually built. And I have one that I'm thinking of doing. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Gundam Wing, and I might end up building Epion custom from that, well, inspired from Gundam Wing. But it was a model that they had put out several years ago, I think, and it was based kind of loosely off the Endless Waltz movie. But that's kind of like what got me going on this, and I wanted to see, I want to actually see if I can build a full-scale Gundam on here and how much I can get out of it. And even though it's a Transformer, I still think like if you compare, Optimus Prime like side by side with some basic Gundam designs, they're pretty close. You can see I even have a Gundam Cockpit that I added in here, which is pretty cool how it opens and closes. And you can actually control how it opens and closes from these two consoles. But you're going to see the struggle here. All these buttons here literally control just the arm. So it's going to be, I hit the wrong button there. I actually opened the fingers instead of the thumb. So the hand on this thing actually, it's kind of cool how it's set up. It actually closes in a fist. And I'm going to open that in just a second here. But you can see all these buttons I have lined up along here just to control the left arm, and then the same deal on the other side. So this was, again, just kind of like a test to see what I could do. But when I do my next Gundam, I'm going to have to go in and build a better cockpit so I can fit all the buttons that I'm going to need. But still, it's pretty cool what you can do here. So I'm opening his thumb. I'm going to have to do the same thing for the right side. And his thumb will open up. Then we go one button up, and it'll pop open the rest of the fingers. And I've got smaller blocks that I put in to try to stop him from opening all the way. I don't like how far his fingers come out here. I tried to make it to where they just go straight opened, but they just kind of do what they want and overlap each other. But it doesn't look horrible, and I still think gives you an idea of some of the stuff that you can do on here. Like I was telling you guys, his elbow or his hand does fully turn, and that's pretty cool. And I can bend his elbow also. Doesn't bend as high as I want it to, but that's something I can work on for the next one. Kind of like having his arms bent like that. It looks a little bit better than just going straight down. and then his arm spins, and it does just kind of do a windmill. I tried to mess with it to get it to stop at certain points, and I was able to enter him in, but like it just kept going. It didn't stop. I even put some like blocks in to try to like build something that they would intersect with each other and it would stop it, and it just went right through it. So yeah, I mean, it gives you an idea a little bit some of the stuff you can do on here. And we're gonna close his hands back up. Got to make sure that we close his palms or his fingers first before we close his thumb. But that is so cool how his hands open and close, and they actually close into a fist, and it looks like a fist too. That was definitely one of the things I was most happy with how this build came out, just with the hands alone. And we're gonna hop in him and see if we can move him around. I actually have not tried to fly him. I know he's got enough thrusters to move around, but if he's going to go very fast, I don't know. We're just going to kind of test this thing out, see what we can do. And he's kind of slow. Looks like I mean, maneuverability is good, but he's definitely going to be a mech that people are going to be waiting for him. That's for sure. I wonder if we can take. Oh, we can go to lights cruise. All right, we're cruising. So yeah, we're just gonna fly around here a little bit with Optimus Prime. What if we can activate his arm while we're in warp and do like a windmill through the galaxy? Yeah, so I mean, if you wanted to, why wouldn't? Well, the question is, why wouldn't you want to fly around the galaxy windmilling pirate ships? I'm just saying. We're not going to fly all the way out to the space station. Um, so let's cancel that, and we're going to go back to the Halo ring. And you can actually see the light speed thrusters I put in his back, just so we can do this with him. Because I question whether his leg, even if I'm able to make a fully articulated mech, I don't think it's going to work to where you can actually walk around with one. I know that was Skywander's. Well, before this game was Starship EVO, when it was Skywander's, they had mechs in the game. Well, I've seen tons of videos with them, and then they took them out. I hope that it's something that they add back into this game, because that would definitely, I think, just add like another layer. Some of the things that you can build on here. Um, but I mean, just being able to do this alone, I mean, it's pretty cool, and it's not that far off from stuff that you can do. And this even has me thinking of like different types of builds that I can do in the future. Not even like a full humanoid mech, maybe like kind of like a hodgepodge, like of a upper torso humanoid with like maybe like a lower torso floating tank type deal. That could be pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can make on here, or even kind of like maybe like a scorpion looking tank that can float around. That might be pretty cool to build. But I mean, if there's any other builds that you would like to see me do on here, definitely drop a comment below. I usually read the comments on a daily basis, and majority of the builds that I do on here are based off community feedback. It's just stuff that I can get or stuff that I can get passionate about based off of your comments. And I actually had a few people that suggested doing different things related to the old school Transformers. So that's kind of like what got me going on this. Right around the time where I decided I was going to do a mech, because originally I was going to do some type of Gundam, and I was like, I'll do Optimus Prime. That'll be pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure that as of right now on Starship EVO, I could be wrong. I think I have the only full scale Gundam like this on here. But I mean, it's not the best build in the world. It was kind of like a learning process for me, building something to this scale in a humanoid shape. But all things considered, I think that he's pretty spot on with what Optimus Prime looks like. One of the other things I was not crazy about is that I tried to land him, and you can see here I built his feet super big with the intention of, oh, I'm just going to bring him down to the bottom, and if I have him on a flat surface, he should be able to land. And I tried it about 5 or 6 times. I could not get him to stay upright. So I don't know if that was factored into his arms. I mean, or that or the physics of the game, one or the other, or it could just be how I have him built. But at the end of the day, I just couldn't get him to land. So I still have the builder block inside of him for right now, and I don't plan on taking it out until I can figure out how to um, either edit this current Optimus Prime or build a future Gundam um, in this way. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode. I just want to thank you very much for tuning in to today's video, by the way. And if you haven't, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, helping me in supporting the channel. I definitely appreciate that. And don't forget, you can always catch new episodes of Starship EVO builds on Mondays, and then also my Minecraft videos Tuesdays through Fridays. But that's going to wrap it up for me, and I hope everybody has a happy and safe week, and I will catch you in the next episode.